All right, we've already gone dystopian. Only 20 minutes in.
So you sent me a text. You said you started doing some stuff again, or whatever, based on the little bit of the book you read. So you talk about journaling.
Yeah, well, journal forever, but I changed things up. I just did change things up, and so I was reading through this book, and I get 40 or 50 chapters in, or maybe it was even 30 chapters in, and he's like, "Hey, you should journal." I'm like, "Yeah, no shit."
Told me earlier.
Yeah, thanks a lot. But he's like, "What I do is I read something, or I listen to something, or I talk to somebody, and then I go and journal afterwards."
That is so simple, but I've never thought of it, and I like it.
Yeah, but why? Why? Not why is it simple, but what do you think you get out of it when you do that?
So anytime I write anything, I write a lot.
Yeah.
I write a lot of blog posts and stuff, published on Medium. Whenever I have a thought to act, it's like doing a podcast. It's like when you and I talk, we don't talk like this.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out. Like when you're doing this thing, you communicate in a different way.
Yeah.
We're having a very deep discussion. That's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very helpful, to your brain. The same thing sort of happens to me when I write. So if I write out, if I have a thought and I think through, to the logical conclusion of the end of the thought, and then I write that down, I feel like I can just retain it and then wield it later as information.
Yeah. I mean, there's a physiological aspect of,
I think so.
I mean, there's a proven physiological
If I
aspect
write something, if I write it, I will remember it. If I type it out, I forget that shit immediately.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know. Maybe because I'm Gen X and
right.
I didn't have a computer when I was originally learning shit, but
no, just an Atari. But yeah, the physiological aspect, and also it's the synthesis of the things that you've taken in order to do an output with them, which I think is very interesting.
Now certain books I will mark in the book. Like I'll highlight things and I'll write notes in the.
I don't know if you can see my page turns.
Yeah, I do that a lot, but I like the idea of getting it out of the book.
Yeah,
because I find I rarely go back.
Yep.
And look at it unless I'm like, I gotta share this thing with this person. I gotta go find it, but that's kind of not useful.
No, and it's because I will probably never read this book again.
Right, you put it on a shelf.
There are definitely people that do go back and read the same books, and actually I take that back. This is a book that I'm more than halfway through it. I would probably go and read it again.
Yeah.
But what I started to do with, getting 40 or 50 chapters in, then I went back to the beginning of so what I'll do every morning, is here's my morning routine, which is never the same every single morning. So it's not a routine, but
it starts at 4 a.m. Right?
Yes, exactly. So, he talks about the 5 a.m. club. I don't even, anyway. Yeah. But I get up, 1 minute before Jocko.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I send him a picture of my watch.